I'm really irritated. So Republicans in West Virginia want to ban children's books, one about an accepting church. They don't want to get rid of the code that allows minors under 12 to get married. They don't want to get rid of the code that allows you to brutalize your partner because you're married. But this guy wants to sterilize people with drug convictions. Not people who assault their partners, not people with drug convictions.
I'd like to introduce you all to West Virginia State Senator Randy Smith. If you're thinking, wow, that guy looks ugly as hell and super evil, you'd be correct. Besides looking like an Igor, Senator Smith, during a Mineral County town hall, announced he was a lead sponsor of a bill that would offer those convicted of substance abuse less time in prison if they agree to be sterilized. I wish I was kidding. Smith stated, if you're a man, you can get a vasectomy so you can't produce anymore. If you're a woman, then you get your tubes tied and you don't bring any more drug babies into the system. Now, you don't have to. If you don't, you're going to jail for a very long time. If you volunteer for the program, then you get a lesser sentence.
Vasectomies are reversible. I don't understand. Here we go again. Republican voters. Explain this to me.
And if his cruelty isn't clear enough, he continues. The drug babies are hitting the school system and it's getting worse and worse. That's where you're having your behavioral problems. There is so much to unpack here. Stating the obvious, who in their right mind actually believes sterilizing people is a solution to preventing addiction and behavioral problems? I'm seriously wondering because that sounds insane and should automatically disqualify this guy from serving in public office. It shouldn't even be a discussion. We already know what the solutions are to solving these problems. We have psychologists, therapists, doctors, social workers, etc. They have weighed in and provided answers. Struggling with addiction can be a lifelong battle, but if we create a society that has resources that provides everyone with basic needs and doesn't condemn addiction, but instead promotes healing, then it makes it 100% more possible for people to get help. West Virginia has the highest drug usage and overdose rates in the country. And instead of blaming and fixing the system, i.e. high poverty, low wages, elected officials ignoring the voices of their constituents, Republicans choose to punish people further. What Randy Smith is trying to legislate not only exaggerates the problem, but is a direct violation of the 8th Amendment, the right to protection from cruel and unusual punishment. It also reveals his hypocrisy. Back in September, Randy was one of 100 legislators who voted to make West Virginia the second state to ban abortion. Yet he's proposing a bill that would permanently stop people from having children and does nothing to help babies born with neonatal abstinence syndrome. That sounds very pro-life and unironically racist and classist. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention reports that Black West Virginians are 3 times more likely to be in prison for drug offenses than their white counterparts. And throughout this country's history of sterilization, if you are a person of color, poor, and especially Black or mentally and physically disabled, your chances of being forcibly sterilized were high. This bill has so many terrible implications. It's blowing my mind why it's even an option. Randy Smith plans on completing the draft and introducing this bill during West Virginia's next session in 2023. We cannot let that happen, so we should be ready and prepared to lend our support when the time comes. West Virginia needs help, not more trauma, and not more ignoring the systemic issues. We all have to send an astounding message that this is wrong and unwanted. You're watching TYT The Breakdown. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's continue fighting for West Virginia.